All right. Welcome to the Allegheny Trail Podcast. Glad that you guys could be with us tonight. We're going to have a good time, have some laughs. Hopefully you'll learn a little something about the Allegheny Trail. Going to be co-hosted tonight with Justin Mullins and Julie Jester Gayheart, who's going to be helping produce the show for us. So hope everybody had a great holiday. Certainly I did, my family, and just excited to get back to the podcast, start talking trail with y'all. What about you guys?
Oh, yeah, we're ready. So is Molly.
Yeah.
You guys, I can't help it. Molly is so cute. All right, you guys, we have been laughing behind the scenes. My name is Julie Gayheart, also known as Jester. And this is going to be new for me. I'm going to take a little bit of a back seat and moderate and help produce the show. So my message is to everybody that is watching live. If you are listening, there is a little thumbs up button there right beside you in the chat. Give the show a thumbs up. That will help spread the word. Let us know who's in the chat. If you have comments, as Nicole and Justin go, please, please, please put comments in the chat. And toward the end of the show, we want to pop up a few questions to kind of close out the show and let these guys answer some questions. So, Justin, I didn't hear you formally introduce yourself, so you got to do that.
I'm Justin Mullins. I'm the Vice President of the West Virginia Scenic Trails Association and also the Section 4 Coordinator. And this is Molly, my Australian Shepherd trail dog. She comes out with maintenance, all kinds of hikes and such. So it's all part of everything I do on the trail.
And then, Nicole, I don't know if you announced your crazy last name. So tell everybody your formal name for us.
Sure. It's Nicole Flood-Sawzushin, and I'm the outreach coordinator for the Allegheny Trail. So try to share a little bit more about the trail, go out to schools, businesses, trying to get the word out about what we're trying to do with our 311-mile West Virginia longest trail, as well as just overall organize some of our volunteer elements that we got going on behind the scenes. So it's a lot of fun. If you're signing up, odds are you're going to hear from Justin or myself.
And I want to give you guys kudos, first of all, before we really get rolling into the episode. You guys are not like podcast aficionados on a live stream. So you guys, these two are taking a risk, putting themselves out there, and Molly too, and really, really, really trying to get the word out about the trail. And that's why I want to do this for you guys. It's just to help you spread the word, help build camaraderie in your community. And we actually have an agenda. Nicole sent us an agenda. And the first item on that agenda is kind of going through some nuts and bolts. What does that mean, Nicole?
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to construct something, share something, you kind of got to know the foundation, the platform. I just figured the nuts and bolts would be a way to get into really diving into what's the trail about? Where is the trail? How do you get here? What are some unique elements of it? Why would you want to come hike it? And so between Justin and I, Julie, I know you've been to different parts of the trail. You know, hopefully we can shed some light on that tonight and invite people to come and experience part of the Allegheny Trail.
And I'm having fun just sitting here popping these comments up here because you guys already have a fan club. So, yeah, keep the comments coming. I'm going to pop these up here. And Nicole mentioned nuts and bolts and showing you guys about the trail. And my job right now is to flip you guys over to a map. And Nicole and Justin, if you guys are ready for that, I've got a special screen just for the two of you to start going over the trail.
Perfect. What we've got here, Justin, I'll kick it off. So the Allegheny Trail is 311 miles, runs from like the Mason-Dixon line, the famous Mason-Dixon line in where it abuts Pennsylvania, goes all the way down through. You can see Davis, Thomas, Durbin, Cass, some of the mountainous area of West Virginia, and ends up on Peters Mountain. And so kind of this website will be on this map, will be on our website. And it's a way to get here. Let's say you're coming in from Indiana, you're coming in from Rhode Island, right? These are some bullet points here to get you to certain cities where you can start on the trail. I'll take section 1. The trail has 4 sections. Section 1, I actually walked part of it today in the rain with Kevin, who's also section 1 coordinator for the Allegheny Trail. And we both went in the rain. It was like, man, this is a pretty nice walk, But section 1 takes you through some farmland, some country land, ends up coming up towards the Rollsburg area. And those kayakers out there are people who have kayaking phenoms in their family. This is a really unique area of our trail. It goes through Cheat Canyon. And that canyon, they have a big event each year called Cheat Fest. And essentially they get like 4,000, 5,000 people come together, celebrate conservation and on the Cheat River to Cheat Fest. It's all on the Allegheny Trail. Part of that is on the Allegheny Trail to get to the river. So it's kind of cool to be a part of that big event. That's why we've got a kayaker there between Rollsburg and Thomas coming through some of that canyon. And then we hit the Potomac Highlands. We ascend up into the mountains from that Thomas Davis area. You can see a waterfall there. And one of the 4 state parks that the trail goes through is Blackwater Falls State Park. And that particular area has a beautiful, huge waterfall that's not very far from the trail. So when you're hiking, you can capture that in. And that area up there is really unique. You may have heard us on a podcast or a previous one talk about some of the fauna, the flora and the fauna. It's different along this trail, maybe than some other mid-Atlantic hiking trails. This particular area of the Thomas Davis area has some unique attributes specific to that of Canada. They're here in this unique area of the mountains in West Virginia. And we get to experience those. You get to see those. Just some different things that aren't in the other states in between us and Canada. And then we come from Davis. We hit some single track. We come down along a couple different rivers in there, hit some single track, go up on Schaefer's Mountain, and really remote. I mean, beautiful area. We got some red spruce groves you walk through. Then you descend into Durban. And Durban's kind of like the middle point of the trail. And so great resupply, great little trail town, really starting to come into its own. The next few years, hikers can really start to feel the love coming from that town as they proclaim to name themselves base camp of the Mon Forest. And so Justin can talk about this too, but we have 190 miles that go through the Monongahela National Forest. And we go through 3 national forests actually on our hike. So Justin, you want to jump in and talk about section 3?
Yeah. Once you leave Durban, you'll pass Greenbank and you'll go into Cass, which is the start of section 3. You'll start heading into Seneca State Forest, and that's another really great place to go to. You've got the CCC's actually had a big part of building that, and it was one of our West Virginia's first state forest as well. Boy Scout played a big role with our Allegheny Trail as well. They actually donated a piece of land that the trail actually first got built on. So that was a really important part of the trail right there through section 3. Once you leave Seneca, you've got a lot of ridgetop walking, really great views. You'll go into Beaver Creek Gorge, which is really unique section through there. You cross a nice little bridge, good place to swim, camp right there in the bottom of the gorge. But as you start climbing out, you'll enter into Watauga State Park, and that's just a really nice part of the Allegheny Trail. They're great friends of the Allegheny Trail. They've helped us out on many work events, and it's also unique through the dark sky. It's one of the really unique to see all the unique stars and such through that area of the trail. Let's see. Once we leave Watauga, you'll go into Bear Branch, which is an open field, which is really not unique. I think that's one section of the trail that whenever it's maintained and cut, which I try to get cut as often as I can, but it's you get some unique flowers, foliage through that area. Nice little campsite that you can see wildlife, all that stuff camp through there. And as you leave there, you'll actually climb up to another ridge, and you'll be able to see Lake Sherwood on one side. And you can climb down the mountain, explore Lake Sherwood, take a break, shower, all that nice stuff before getting back on the ridge. And from there, you'll enter into Section 4, which Section 4 is split up into two. We have our gap that's right there in the middle of the trail that goes through the George Washington Jefferson district. We're still working on completing the trail through there, but we have an alternate road walk right now. But 4 North starts at Lower Run Trailhead, and it's the 16-mile section that was broke off perfectly for beginner hikers. They're in 8 miles in. You've got a really amazing shelter, the Graham Shelters, which was donated and built by the Graham family. It was, it's amazing log sawn shelter with a nice privy, and on top of a snip knob, which gives you a 180-degree view of Little Allegheny Mountain. So you can see where you've come without the next 40 miles behind you. You can see where you've been on these ridge lines. The sunrise from there is just amazing. And if you're lucky, you can actually catch fighter jets flying right over top of your head as you're going through the hole. You've got, that's one section that they use for training. So I've been lucky enough to be up on top of that ridge and have a fighter jet fly right over top of my head where you can even see the pilot. So that's just really a unique section. It's no really easy access. You got miles on each side of the section you get to. So it's really, once you're there, it's kind of just all to yourself. But at that point, once you leave Smith Knob, you'll go into the gap area, which splits through White Sulphur, it's a good place to resupply. But then you'll enter into Gap Mills, which is a really good section of place. You've got Monco Lake State Park, which is really great, especially in the fall foliage. Superintendent's really great to hikers, really friendly. You've got Amish cheese and more store, really good place to stop on your way up to Hayne Rock. But it's a really good place to stop, check out. They got all kinds of snacks, cheeses, meats, a little sandwich shop inside. But one of the highlights for Section 4 South as you're coming out of the gap is Hayne Rock Raptor Observatory. It's definitely the most visited section or visited place on the trail. It's a full 360-degree view. It's an old fire tower that's been rebuilt, and it's just a really unique section as you're going through there. Right.
It's great. It's beautiful. And, we can get into more detail throughout the year as this goes along. And we've got we're on the Far Out app, and we've got our own hiking guide and things like that. A couple other unique features. Justin, chime in here. Julie, I know you've been to different parts of our trail as well. It's rare that you can go, I think it's rare anyway, you can go from an actual raptor observatory on one day, hike a couple more days, and then you're in a dark sky. So like imagine yourself under the stars in, May, June, July, looking at Orion and Cassiopeia that are transitioning through the mid-Atlantic sky that time of year, to leaving that place to coming up on one of the North American unique elements of Cass Scenic Railroad. And for those of us that have that, uncle or grandma or somebody that loved the Shea engines, like that were really into railroading, this particular area at Cass State Park has, I believe, the largest reserve of all the Shea engines. And you can see on the map there, it's a little railroad. And everybody loves to ride a train. I mean, it's great for kids. It's right on the Allegheny Trail. And so we share that particular area where you're getting on and off the train, and you actually will see and hear the trains coming as you're walking through town. It's kind of cool. And those have been operating since like 1905. So it's kind of like a little transition back to history as you come through different parts of West Virginia, and you see the farmland. And so you leave Cass, and the next day or two, you're looking down on modern society with the world's largest steerable radio telescope, right? Which is right above, it's between Cass and Durban in a little town called Greenbank. And that's where we're having our 50th celebration this year, right almost in the middle of the trail. But, those couple elements back to back to back, just kind of keeping, not just the beauty, right? Keeping you engaged and enthralled and counting your blessings as you walk along trail, but really these little pop-ups along the way are kind of unique. Julie, I know you've hiked a bunch. Justin, you've certainly hiked a lot more than me. It's not just because I'm a West Virginian, I love this place, but have you heard of other trails having some unique features like that?
Not those unique features, which I am actually looking forward to. I have been up to the Hanging Rock Observatory. Oh my goodness, absolutely phenomenal. And I have not I've been through some of the towns. We do have a question that I think is applicable at this point. Stella wants to know, does the trail go through some of these towns, or do you have to get a ride? So I guess some of the main towns that you were speaking of, I'll pull up the map here.
Sure, Justin, I can take that one. Regarding, I'll take section like 3 right there with Cass. No, the trail literally, right? It shares part of the rail trail called the Greenbrier River Trail, which is a fantastic biking trail, hiking trail right along the river. It's beautiful. And as you walk that trail, it comes right into Durban, and you'll see almost like a night throwback, like a 1920s town that used to be a timber town, all row houses. If people want to Google Cass, West Virginia, you will see it. And it's beautifully decorated right now for the holidays. But essentially, the general store, right, is right there. Another great resupply place. But the train where you get your tickets and where you get on isn't but maybe 200 yards beyond where we walk down the trail, and we cross the Greenbrier River to continue up and ascend into the mountains for our hiking trail. This particular area, if you want to take the train, is right there in front of you. I mean, it's a great place to lay a day, dry out, get some food, take a train ride. Why not? But good question.
It would be awesome just to stop at Cass, get a ride up to Durban, and then hike back, or vice versa, either way. I mean, that'd be an excellent trip. I mean, that's a great way to do a shuttle.
Yeah, a very unique way. But Justin, I know Stella had another question there about maybe Hanging Rock Observatory. Is that in a town? The Dark Skies, I'll just finish up real quick. The Dark Skies, Stella, is in it's in West Virginia's largest state park, and that is Watauga, and that's over 10,000 acres. So that specific designated area to go and view the stars is in Watauga State Park.
But not on the trail.
It is on the trail.
Oh, it is on the trail. Okay.
We go right through that state park.
Okay. Apparently I took a nap and missed that part. So it does go through that part, but
it's not a town though.
Justin, real quick, do you just want to hit the highlights? Like, I guess people want to know, probably the biggest question is, how hard is it to resupply on this trail? Because I know when hikers are coming, because after you guys spread the word from now until your 50th, they're going to come, you're going to get more and more questions. So I think a big question that you could answer is just in general, how hard is it, or is it hard to resupply?
Compared to the AT, it's going to take more planning. You can do the regular like mail drop like you would do on the AT. Would be recommended for some sections, but like as you enter in Thomas Davis, that has everything a hiker would need. You've got a nice little bar, all kinds of sandwich stops, a store, laundry. But as you're going further south, might get a little bit thinner. Durban has a few amenities through there as well, but it's just a couple of small things, but they're still growing. So there's going to be more in the future, definitely. But Huntersville, all you've got there right now is just a little convenience store, which they will do mail drops. So it's definitely good to look online, see where you can mail a drop. We're looking to develop these towns more and get more amenities in the future. So it's definitely going to get easier in the future, but right now you definitely want to look on the website, look at where you can mail a drop to, or contact somebody to get you a shuttle into town.
Yeah, you can you definitely reach out to us too via the website or our Facebook page and ask these questions. But I will say Justin's 100% spot on when he talks about, we're going into the towns to say, hey, this is West Virginia's longest hiking trail at 311 miles. We're turning 50, and they kind of look at us like, what? But at the end of the day, we walk away with a relationship, right? For them to help us to understand what a hiker needs. And I can tell you in Durban specifically, we've got a new store that's going to be going in that wants to know, hey, what do hikers need to resupply? We're here to help. How can the hiker benefit from us being here? So that's great. And that's a middle point in the trail, but there are other towns along the way that definitely accept, and other locations we've talked to that accept the mail drop for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, Justin, you're going to be able to tell us rather rapidly because as we move along our notes here that Nicole so graciously gave us, you are headed out for a hike. And I did just pop up the website on the screen as you guys were talking. So in the description below of the actual show this evening, there's all kinds of websites and access and things that you guys can have links to in the description. So I'm going to turn it over to you and Nicole and let you guys talk about your hike, Justin.
Yeah.
All right.
Exciting.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be leaving this Sunday or December 31st. So it's just it's getting close. I do this the last 2 years now. I've time off work and I took a long hike 2 years ago. I went and I did the Pinhoti. I did all of it, jumped on my guide trail and linked the Appalachian Trail with that. So this year, beginning this year, I did the same thing. I jumped on the AT where I left off and just headed north. But I wanted to do something different this year. This year, it's not just going to be for me. I'm going to do this hike to benefit the West Virginia Scenic Trails Association by not just hiking the trail, getting waypoints for maintenance, blowdowns. I'm going to be recording and updating the guidebook for the 5th edition that we will hopefully have out before too long, but also far out as well. Be checking the waypoints, updating photos, descriptions, and just doing that as I'm hiking through. So it's going to be more than just walking. I'll have to just pay close attention as I'm going. So it's going to be a little bit more than what I'm used to, but I'm looking forward to it.
You're going to be great. Justin, for those of you that have never hiked with Justin or followed him on a work day, he's hard to keep up with. Let me tell you, he's used to ripping off like 20 miles a day. Maybe not as much daylight right now, but I know you're still going to be getting your miles. But the cool thing is, for those of us, he's also going to do a ton of amenities, right? Ton of upgrades, if you will, on the Far Out app. And so lots of new pictures, lots of new amenities coming on board. We've got towns starting to kind of reach out to us and be like, hey, can we kind of help out here? As well as a lot of Airbnbs, different things like that along the way. That would be great. Campgrounds for hikers. So we couldn't have a better representative go out and do this, Justin. I hope you know how much that means from the Allegheny Trails perspective to have not just a great hiker, but to have Molly, the mascot of the Allegheny Trail, go out, keep you company, keep you warm. Because I know there's going to be some cold nights coming up.
Oh, looking in the forecast, I've got Molly all outfitted, ready to go. She's got her, I should be in my sleeping quilt as well, but it's a 0 degrees, so we're going to be pretty good shape there. But I'm hoping she can do as much of the trail as possible with me. She'll be turning 3 in February, so she's a good age to do this. I've been trying to get her ready, prepared, getting these long hikes in for her, so she's not taken by surprise. She doesn't like cold on her paws very well, so I've got some boots to go with her that she seems to actually do pretty well. She's gotten used to those pretty quick, so I've got a little rough wear pack for her, so she'll be carrying most of her gear. Her food is going to be dehydrated food, so it's going to be really light, easy to carry. So I think it's going to be fun. I hope I can take her for a bit of the trail with me.
Yeah, she's great. I know you're going to take care of her just like you take care of everybody and make them feel comfortable and enjoyable on trail, have a good time out there. Justin, talk to, like, I know we put together a game plan for you in terms of what we're trying to put together for Trail Angels. You want to talk about that a little bit, how you're going to sort of test out the waters on some of that stuff as a couple of us get to be your Trail Angel?
Yeah. I mean, once I announced my hike, I had at least 12 people reach out to me. It was like, how can I help? I want to be a part of this. So I went online and I've the forms I've made for the trail already. So I made a form called a Trail Angel registration. So it's definitely benefiting me on my hike, but I'm going to use that information going forward to help other hikers as they hike the trail. We'll have our own little spot on the website where they can go check out what section has a good place for a shuttle, where you can go. It's just a good place to look and know that this is someone that's trustworthy. It's good, all that. That way you know what's going on.
Yeah, that's going to be huge moving forward. And I know people are excited to even just kind of feel like they're helping Molly, not just Justin. So, I mean,
oh, we get from they're more worried about Molly. Yeah.
Dog treats. I mean, Justin might get a hot meal, but I mean, seriously, this is about Molly too, people.
Well, listen, we got a question in the chat from Aaron Bird. Justin, I'm excited. We're going to answer this question, and I think we ought to end the show with what you're doing on New Year's Eve. But let's get to Aaron's question. I'm going to pop that back up there again. How do we learn more about the 50th anniversary?
Yeah, Aaron, great question. Thank you for your interest on that. So essentially, we're just tying up a few loose ends. We're going to be opening registration here, we hope, within 60 days. You can certainly stay in touch with us on Facebook, Instagram, some TikTok on there now, but mainly our website. Okay, I don't know if you're a member or not, but you can become a member for $10. If you're not a member, you can jump on our newsletter. Free, totally free to do that. All of the details will be coming out about that 50th during that in that newsletter or Facebook. So at the end of the day, though, I will say that members will have registration first. They're going to be a priority registration period. And essentially, you can mark your calendar right now. It's September 6th, 7th, and 8th. And it's going to be at the Green Bank Observatory. So you can mark that down. Stay with us. We'll be updating you. We've got signed one West Virginia artist the other day to come play some concerts I'm pretty excited about. So that's all I'm going to give you now. Little snippet, little tidbit to keep you hanging on for the next episode. But
and I'm looking forward to seeing people there too.
Yeah. No, Julie's going to be there. Us, I think, is going to be there. A couple other big time fans of ours are going to be there. So
that's right. We are part of the community fan club. So more info. Nicole's got fireworks and all kinds of things going behind her. So more info to come about the 50th anniversary. And as always, whether I'm on my own show or now on the Allegheny Trail Podcast, time flies when you're having fun. So Justin, let's round out this episode about what is happening in, 3 days, I think, on New Year's Eve. What are you doing?
Well, I have invited as many people who would like to come with me and join the start of my hike. I've got people already reach out to me and come out ready to either meet at the start or meet up there at Hanging Rock. But Sunday at 10 a.m., I'm going to be at the Peters Mountain Trailhead, just north of Harrisburg. If you want to look, we can put that in the show notes there. But once we get there at 10, you can hike with me a part of the ways up to the southern terminus. It's about 3 mile hike up there. Or you can hike the whole 14 miles with me all the way to Hanging Rock. But I plan to make it to Hanging Rock at midnight and just celebrate the new year, watching the surroundings up there. I think there'll be some fireworks near Alderson. So we should get some good shows up there for New Year's, full 360-degree views. So it should be a good time. I've got already wanting to meet me at midnight. I've got we'll be the first group there to be ready to find that register. It's going to be unlocked at midnight. It's usually a race to see who can get the first person to sign that register.
Uh-oh. The race is on, people. Get your lives together on New Year's Eve and meet Justin at the Peters Mountain Trailhead, 10 a.m. And I know, Justin, you had asked people to let you know directly, and they can find all of that information on the Facebook page. So I'm excited for you guys. We're going to be back next month. Nicole, or Justin, I should say, do you have any parting thoughts? And then we will turn it over to Nicole.
I just want everybody to, got any questions, just let us know about the trail. We really just want people to come out there, get involved with the trail, learn more about it. And I want to do this by doing the hike, not just for updating the guide, but I just want to promote the trail and get more people involved. It's not just hiking, but volunteering as well.
Well said, my friend. Well said. Julie, thank you so much for being a part of this, producing this. So kudos to her. I'm going to take us out and close us out tonight, team. Basically, the next one is January 17th, another live YouTube Allegheny Trail Podcast, be number 2. We'll post on Facebook. We'll post on our social media a little bit ahead of time about that. But even if you if you don't get a chance to watch it live, share it with your friends. Please feel free to comment, like, thumbs up it, do whatever you can to help us spread the word. And like Justin said, right, this is a pure invitation to learn about our trail. Come enjoy our trail. And if you're not hiking anymore, but maybe you like to drive shuttle, or you like to be the camp cook or keep the campfire going, come on out and volunteer with us. Until next time, happy trails.